Welcome back to the channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is my day. This time at least anyway. I'm also going to be talking about arm development and exactly what needs to be done for one to develop their arms in a way to make them be more interesting looking. That's about the most manly way I can describe it. My thing is that being natural, the largest I've ever been able to get my arms were 18 inches. That was pretty much it. I wasn't able to get them past 18 inches, but at the same time, I didn't know a lot about weightlifting, and I didn't exactly concentrate on arms. I concentrated on chest. And those muscles that you love to work the most are the ones that normally will respond in kind. And that right there is a true statement. Those things that you love to do, because you're going to pay that more attention than you do pretty much everything else. That's just the way it is. Now, developing arms, I think easily developing arms, you need to stay with the basics. You need to stay with a weight that you can actually handle, where you don't have to use a whole lot of body English. And that would be the curl, the barbell curl. I mean, you can do it with dumbbells. A lot of people say you get more stretch, but again, there's always that fallacy of believing that stretch is what's going to cause you to have incorporate more muscle fibers, and that's simply not the case. I mean, your muscle is going to be the way your muscle is, and in order to create the greatest amount of hypertrophy, you have to have that constant tension on your muscle. You know, constant tension on the muscle is where you always want to be at. You never want to not have that tension on the muscle. So you having your arms straight out, you're putting your joints at risk. You know what I mean? If you're lifting too heavy, you're incorporating your traps and your shoulders to help you lift the weights. At least I feel a lot of the barbell curls in my traps when I go real heavy, because I can feel the front part of my deltoids helping, and I can feel my traps flexing. So everybody may respond differently to different exercises. You have to do them in order for you to be able to know what's what. Now, the barbell curl, as long as you can keep that weight within a decent poundages, 10 to 12 reps. My thing is always going to be the same. No more than 10 sets per body part, no more than 10 to 12 reps. As you add weight, if you're pyramiding up, as you add weight, you know, don't drop below 6 reps. You know, that's just the way it is. At the same time, you can switch up and use different exercises so that your muscle won't become accustomed to the exercise. But I think rather than change exercises, I think you should change rhythm. You know, whereas you use less rest on this particular day and more rest on another day, you know, I think that right there would work better, because I think once your body becomes familiar with the exercise, that's the exercise would make it easier for you to hone in on that muscle. And if you're doing barbell curls with that straight bar, you are actually hitting the outer and the inner parts of the bicep. So that's going to give you that full look in your bicep. When it comes down to triceps, I think close grip benches or overhead bar extensions, you know, for the triceps, I think that right there would be a great exercise for the triceps, and also bench dips, because that's all that kind of stuff right there. You can do that stuff at home. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym to even work arms at all. You can use minimum stuff to work arms, all those cables and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to talk against gyms because you know, some people need to go to gyms because that's where they get their motivation from. And if it makes you feel better to work out with other people, then that's fine. But most exercises, you really don't have to go to a gym. You can buy minimum equipment and build great physiques at home. But again, overhead extensions for the triceps, also bench dips for the triceps, barbell curls is king for the biceps because it's working the inner and the outer head of the bicep, you know. And you want to keep that constant tension, and you do that every other day. There's no way that you can't build your arms up that way. But the only thing about building arms naturally, being natural, you have to make sure that you get adequate rest, and you have to make sure you don't overtrain. I know it's hard for a lot of you to believe in that overtraining part, because you've seen these guys say that, you know, that you can't overtrain, you know, you're doing like 50, 60 sets. You know, those are people that are enhanced, and your body can't survive that. If you take a shovel and go out there and dig a hole 4 foot wide and 4 feet deep, you're going to be the sorest person you ever seen in your life, just using a shovel, you know. So it don't take much to break a muscle down, as they would have you to believe. Everything else is going to be hype and gimmicks, and you want to get past those hypes and gimmicks and get to the real deal when it comes down to being natural. Basic stuff will get you what you want. It's not exciting, you know, or anything like that. You're not lifting incredible amounts of weight unless you want to risk, you know, tan muscles and stuff like that. I mean, that's up to you. The one thing about people is they're fascinated with you as long as you're doing certain things like that. They're even more fascinated when you hurt something. That's just human nature, and you have to learn that. And right here on YouTube, you can see that all day long. You know, all the crap. People hurting themselves, killing themselves in the gym. You know, that right there going to get more attention than somebody telling you to use barbell curls, bench dips, and overhead bar extensions. That's just human nature. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just the way it is. But I'm here to tell you the truth. Anyway, my thing is that you already know I'm doing those nights. I'm working those nights. So naturally, I'm off. I was off yesterday, and I'm still stuck on that night schedule. So I was up all night. I was up from 1 until about 4. I only slept from 4 to about 6, and then I have to take my kids to school. And now I have to get around here to this house that I'm rebuilding, and find me something to do over there. But you know, I'm still working on minimum sleep, but that's the nature of the beast. That's just the way it is. And I have to get this video did. So I'm always doing something. I always have something to do. But that's real life. That's just the way it is. That's real life. It's not a glamorous thing, but you have to manage your time and everything accordingly. And it's not like those professional bodybuilders will have you to believe that, you know, only thing I have to do is eat, sleep, and lift weights. You know, somebody got to pay the bills. Somebody got to pay the bills. And if you don't have sponsors, you know, there's no way you can pay the bills. But when you got sponsors, you know, Those are the puppet masters. They kind of guide you to do whatever. Anyway, that's what I want to talk to you all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.